First we're going to start again with the opening statements. You can have 30 seconds. Please include your name, your pronouns, and the position that you are running for. Adriana, if you'd like to start.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Adriana, commonly referred to as Dree. She, hers. I'm class of 2022. I'm studying biochemistry, and I'm currently the programming intern. So I've been heavily involved with this year's programming. Next year, as chair of programming and traditions, I hope to bring back shuttles to the city, in-person parties, continue Tasty Tuesday, and add to our existing traditions such as Halloween Weekend and Founders Day.
Thank you very much. The first question actually is, other candidates' platforms have included a return to meaningful traditions like Halloween Weekend and Founders Day. How will you honor these traditions while ensuring adherence to public health measures, given the pandemic will likely still be continuing, at least in some form?
So this year with Halloween Weekend, we included a pumpkin patch that was within regulations of health for the pandemic. Wow, that was poorly said. And so we had 25 people being able to come in and out. And so that was a great addition to the tradition of Halloween Weekend. That was still in conjunction with health codes. And then I think that's all I'm going to say.
Awesome, thank you. The next question is, events have looked very different during the pandemic. Are there any types of events or other aspects of this change that you think would be helpful to continue even as we move towards a return to pre-COVID style events?
So I think it was really useful, knowing with signups, even though they're not, you don't have to actually show up to the event. I think signups are really helpful with gauging how many students actually showed up to events. And so then we were really able to properly allocate our funds to different things that may have been of more interest, such as we were able to allocate more funds to donuts and cider because we knew how many people were coming. And yeah, who doesn't love donuts and cider? And then I think also an important aspect of COVID that we have been using in programming is just being cognizant of your bubble in general. Because I don't know about anyone else, but this pandemic has really made me realize how many germs are around us. And so having programming that keeps us healthy and safe is important too.
Awesome, thank you very much. I think we may have a question from the chat. If Jess, you want to read that out?
Yeah, let's answer this one live. So anonymous attendee wants to know for you, what is one programming event that you would like to improve for next year, and how would you accomplish this?
So what I mentioned earlier, kind of going off of that, adding to the Halloween Weekend tradition, we usually have sort of very much of a partying vibe, which is great to have as an option, but I would really like to add this pumpkin patch into the tradition because we did it in conjunction with the AAVC, and so that's an opportunity for students to really connect and interact with alumni and alumni-associated events, which I think are commonly forgotten about, even though we have to leave here at some point. And then I thought it was a really great alternative that was more kind of chill, laid back, but still able to hang out with friends and do just spend time making things or hanging out, and other than a super high energy environment.
Thank you very much. I think that's all the questions. So if you'd like to give a 30-second closing statement.
Sure, yeah. So just to kind of go over what I hope for next year is that we keep the health and safety of the events relatively the same, since the pandemic will still be going on, while still maintaining traditions and keeping them fun and active and alive, while adding to them and meeting the current interests and of our student body.
Okay. Thank you very much, Adriana, and thank you very much to all of our participants, all of the candidates for coming. And I think we had a lot of great discussion, and that is, I think, it from us here. So thank you to everyone who came, and yes, that's it. Have a good night, everybody.